Well, hello friends. Today we are going to make a tab widget. Um, and I thought that I would have something in the process manager here that you could switch to another tab and you would see some like graph of CPU and memory usage history, stuff like that. And I'm not going to make the graphs in this video, but I am going to make the tab widget. So I think we'll be starting right away with just creating a file. Let's call it something like gtab widget, maybe even gtab widget. Yeah. And then let's refresh. Okay. So this is going to work a lot like the stack widget, which we already have. So it'll be a lot like this. So I'm actually gonna enlarge this a little bit so you can see better. The stack widget is represents like a stack of widgets all laid out on top of each other, and then you can programmatically select which one is the visible one on top, but you have like any number of widgets underneath it that can be switched to the top at any time. So we are going to model it after this, at least initially. Active widget, blah, blah, blah. And of course, a tab widget will also have an active widget, and then the rest of them will be inactive. But in a tab widget, there also needs to be a string per child. That would be like the little text in the actual physical tab that you click on. So let's see. We will do something like, I will say add widget. We'll take a string and a G widget. Is that good? I think that's pretty good. And maybe this thing could be a weak putter actually. I don't know why it's not a weak putter down here. It's me. Well, no, maybe it should not be a weak putter because this is our child, so we manage it and we listen for child events and everything. So we have a bit more control, or a bit more of the right idea what's going on here. Weak putter is more for cases where somebody else manages the lifetime of the thing, the pointee. But in this case, we are the owner because we are the parent of the pointee, so we don't need a weak putter for that. But yeah, okay, and then we'll go in the process manager app just to set this thing up. It'll be main here. And I guess, oh, and let me actually make a quick hack here in the kernel so that we always start the process manager, because I'm lazy like that. So we boot right into the process manager like this, and I guess, yeah, we should just put the tabs on top of everything here. Even the toolbar should be included in the tab. Okay, then we'll say, get rid of that too, actually. We don't need the terminal. Okay, we'll do auto tab widget, new gtab widget. Okay, and then actually, yeah, the tab widget should be the main widget of this application. So we'll do this. So he will have no parent, and we need to actually include. Okay, just kind of struggling a little bit with how I'm going to lay this out. But yeah, so the tab widget will be the topmost widget in the window, and then this widget will be a child of the tab widget. But I guess we'll just make him a child of nobody at first, and then we will add him to the tab widget. So this will actually be something more like tab widget, add widget. We'll call it like processes widget. And then we'll also do, let's do another one. So let's do like a friendly placeholder, like placeholder section. We'll just put a new G label. G label. No, I didn't include G label. I would have thought I had G label here. I guess I don't. Okay, G label. Can I specify a string? Yes. Okay. Placeholder text. Okay. Great. And let's also make one of those long commands that allows us to build everything. Clean and make add process manager and run. Well, that didn't work out because I forgot to add it to the build system. So that'll go here. And of course, gtab widget CPP is completely empty, so I should probably fill that in. So I guess we can just steal the stack widget stuff to begin with. So we'll say gtab widget. Do a little bit of fancy editing here. And we're going to need something. Okay, right away I realized that we're going to want to have a bar of the tabs, right? So call it something like tab bar. Call it bar height. And how about we make it 24 pixels tall? That's just an arbitrary number. But it's good to have it somewhere, because then when we do a resize here, we're going to say, put the active widget at x 0 and y bar height. And then event size dot, oh, can we change that? No. Okay, so we'll pass in event.size dot width event.size.height minus bar height. Okay, it's a very ghetto layout algorithm, but this will do the job, I think. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and have, when we do the add widget, what we really do is that we're going to just add this widget as a child and associate a string with the child. So we'll just do like a little cheap thing like that. I'll call it title widget, and then we'll do child widget. Say m widget titles set widget title, and then this will just be a hash map. G widget start a string. Yeah, I think that's fine. And why don't you like this? Is it because add child takes a reference? Yes, it is. Okay. Cool. Well, we start up at least. So then we crash because of some unrelated gunk that I'm not going to fix in this patch. But I realize now that I made a mistake in some earlier code, but now, whatever, I'll fix this separately. So let me just make a quick little note of that actually. Blah, 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 just make a note. Come on, Tomboy. Please. There you go. I'll click on random row. Okay. Click bug. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so then let's have a paint event in the top widget then. Right. So paint event, because now we're going to actually paint the title bar thingy, or not the title bar, the tab bar. So G tab widget paint event. For that one, we need G painter. And we clip to the event. Right. Okay. So let's see. I guess first off, we can just do something like bar rect 0 with 0 0 with bar height, and we'll paint fill rect bar rect, and we'll fill it with, why don't we fill it with dark gray? I just want to test it out. So, okay, this thing is gonna annoy the heck out of me. So, gtable view. Why are you this way? Column data is. Okay. What is this number? Slight sidetracking happening now, but let's just find out what's going on here. -1. Well, that's not good. Column data, -1. Why are we doing this? Column data. Are you here? No, probably not. Is column hidden? Set column hidden. Column width. Okay, did I screw this up in a previous patch? Column width. What did it do before? Column metadata for, and did power process model return for the metadata? That was fine. Oh, geez. Well, this is irritating. Okay, let's just hack around it. Okay, so column data. Who is calling this? Column insert column. Let's do it here. I wish I had a way to get a user space backtrace, but I currently do not. So we are just gonna manually assert this everywhere and figure out where we're going wrong. And resizing column, and resizing column. Okay, and then we went wrong here because it was called column index. Okay, is column hidden? Is column hidden? Okay, are we calling it here with the goofy thing? Header rect. Okay, we are just gonna find this out. Resize grabbable rect. Okay, now we're getting close. Aha, here, yeah, okay. So if we are in a column resize, then we can do this, because if we're not in the middle of a column resize, then the resizing column will be -1. Great, well, now we fixed it. Okay, so there we had a little sidetrack, but I'll show you what the issue was. So it's for this column resizing that I implemented earlier today, that when we click somewhere, we got to figure out if we are ending an ongoing column resize. And of course, when you just click here, you're not ending that, you're just clicking. So that was the problem. We were not in a column resize, so we couldn't look at the active column being resized index. Okay. So let's see, now we just added a heck of a lot of assertions. CG table view, that's a lot of assertions. But whatever, it's just assertions. Oh, what am I trying to do? Get add. Scratch. I'm clicking at random places. Not the best commit message, but whatever. I'm trying to get back to what I was doing. Okay. So, what the heck was going wrong here? So the tab widget should be the outermost widget in that program. Let's just make sure that we got that right, actually, because I think I might have screwed it up. Process manager, tab widget, but we never actually call Windows set main widget with that tab widget. Yeah, here's Windows set main widget, but we actually call it with widget. So it should be tab widget. Okay. And I'm in the wrong directory. Okay. Crash. Well, what happened? It crashed here. Look, it's a user space backtrace. Just added that recently, and that's incredibly helpful for crashes. I should add it for assertions too, actually. Okay, so let's obj dump dcn intel process manager. And what is this? In Painter. We're dying in GPainter. Okay. It's a bit weird. Where were we before that? 805699. G toolbar paint event. Okay. All right, let's find out what this is about. So, we would be doing a null pointer dereference in the GPainter constructor, which means that when we are in GToolbar paint event, probably this is null, which is weird, but let me just see if it is. It's kind of an awkward assertion to be making. No. So why did this fail then? 80, 517 BA. What were we doing? We were about to call Painter graphics bitmap. So this is just before we call that, so that the widget window is null. Is that possible? Let's find out. Let's search window. Yeah, so window is null, yet we are here doing a paint event. That is really strange. It's not supposed to happen. Okay, so how do we end up in this situation then? Do I have a dump tree? Yeah, so let's dump the tree. G toolbar. Just go in the main and do something like tab widget dump tree. Yeah. Oh, where does this end up? Oh shit, we need to get on the debugger actually. But we can open a terminal. Process manager. Okay, so a tab widget has a widget inside it, the toolbar, table view, blah 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 blah. That's all good. But that widget is the main widget of the window, so why doesn't the toolbar find his window? Set visible, blah blah blah. So what the heck is going on here? insert widget window. Okay, so I don't have a window. I mean, I guess that makes sense up here because at this point I don't actually have a window. So are we calling this before show somehow? No, we got all the way down here. Phew. Let's say debug printf tab widget window. Toolbar. Okay, where did you go? Here you are. So the tab widget has a window, but the toolbar does not. Why is that? Is it because of add child? Does add child not do what I think it does? Children append. But it doesn't set the parent of the child. I guess because the only way I never actually used add child before to insert. Oh, did I never do that? Yeah, I never did. Okay, so it seems like add child doesn't actually set the parent. It's done by the constructor here when you construct with a parent. So we just gotta make add child do the right thing. So let's see. Insert that object parent. Assert that we don't have a parent. I'm going to say fix me should be parenting objects. And parent is this. Okay. Why did we die now? Oh shit, I have to actually rebuild libcore. Because C-object is in libcore, and that's a lot to rebuild. So C-object is in libcore, which is separate from LibGUI, because it's used both by LibGUI and Windows Server, which cannot share code because LibGUI talks to Windows Server. So I got a lot of stuff out of LibGUI and put it into libcore so that it can be used in more places. Stuff like event loop, C-object, timers, networking stuff, sockets, stuff like that. Okay, so assertion failed object parent. So he has a parent. Oh, right, because of this case here. Okay, so let's say object parent or object parent. This, okay. Here we go. All right, so we got our nice little spacing up here for the tabs. Now we gotta actually draw something. Wow, took us some time to get set up. Okay. Let's see, maybe we can actually commit that fix to libcore. C object add child should set child's parent. Okay. Cool. So let's go into the tab widget, and now we want to paint something here. So how do we make this work? I guess we really want the tabs to be in some particular order, so we're going to put them into a vector, I think, here. So let's say something like call it like tab data, string title, and widget, widget, yeah. And we'll do master tab data and tabs. Okay, and then we get rid of that map. And instead we do something like m tabs append title. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Or auto tabs. And then let's see, how should we make this look? Should we use all the available space and divvy it up, or should we have a static tab width? I think I like static. So let's see. Then instead, let's actually do let's have something like width, which will take font. Okay, and then we'll do tab widget, tab data width. And there will be, let's have some padding plus font width title. Okay. Let's have some more padding actually, okay. And then X offset. Okay. Tab width. Just pass the font. This tab widget's default font. We'll say tab rect. Call it maybe like a button rect actually. I don't know what the name for this is. Maybe this is the tab, and then the contents contained in the tab has some other name. I don't know what the right name here is. So I'm just gonna call it button. Tab button, whatever. So it'll be at X offset 0 width and bar height. And then we'll do something like painter dot, or let's do even better. Share graphics style painter. We will do a paint button. Button style. Should add a separate button style for this layer. We'll say it's not pressed. Okay. And then finally, we'll do something like painter draw text. Button rect. And we'll do tab dot title. Text alignment to center. And the rest is fine. Okay. Now how will this look? Oh shit, wait, I forgot one thing. X offset plus equals width. So that we keep moving to the side. It's pretty cool. Okay. I mean, it's a start. It's a start. Okay. So we should actually factor this out so that we have a whole rect for this. Shit. Yeah, so let's have that, and then this thing will do which will be this thing. And then we need to iterate to actually get all of them. So this doesn't quite work. So instead, let's do something like we can do tab widget rect like that. Okay, and then we'll do for time. Okay, then it's x offset. Then x offset. This is a little bit ugly, but I don't care so much actually because it'll work. Font, and then this will be the rect. Okay, width is end tabs index width font. And then we can finally rewrite this loop so that it's, or we don't have to rewrite it actually, this is fine. But for the sake of uniformity, even though this will be a little bit inefficient, tabs. I would rather write the code uniformly and then come back later and optimize it if it ever turns out to be a problem, which it very likely won't. Okay, so let's see, auto button rect is, I should call it button rect probably. And like that. Tabs I dot title. Okay, then this thing will finally be called rect button rect int index cost. Okay. Cool. Because what we can do then is add a virtual void mass down event. Gmass event. And then we will iterate through all of these guys. So let's say button rect if button rect contains event position. If it doesn't, then continue. Okay, so now we are inside this button rect. We'll call set active widget end tabs I dot widget. Cool. Look at that. Became the active widget. It doesn't actually repaint everything. So hold on, let's go ahead and help that placeholder look a little bit better. So let's see, where was it? Here. So placeholder label set fill with background color. True. We'll set a snazzy background color too. From RGB. Let's see, FF Cocoa. Nice pinkish color. Plop. Oh fuck, I can't go back. Right, so, oh, oopsie. Of course we can't go back because now it covers the tab area. So when we switch to another widget, we have to actually set that widget up with the right relative rect. So here's where we go wrong, right? So we just got to do what we did in the resize event, except that we don't have the resize event handy, so we just have to do that. Plop, 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 plop. That's pretty cool. Okay, now probably we want to have it look a little bit different if we are we want the currently selected tab to look slightly different, I think. And we should come up with some custom, more tabby appearance for these later, but for now I'm just going to use the button rendering code since this is an early version of this. So that would be, we're going to use this pressed parameter here, the paint button. And we'll say that it's pressed if mtabs i.widget is the active widget. Then we'll render it in a pressed appearance instead. Look at that. Oh shit. Doesn't look quite right. Or it doesn't actually change. Oh shit, yeah, we gotta call update. Mouse down event, where we do set active widget. Yeah, so if we're calling set active widget with the already active widget, then it's no op. But if we do end up switching widgets, we should do something like update, and then we'll pass in a, let's say bar rect, actually, and let's make a helper for it. Const, okay, and then didn't we have that somewhere? Yeah, so we'll just take this bar rect and do like this, return that, oops. Okay, and maybe this could be mid-gray instead. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It actually works very nicely, this stab widget here that we just made. Cool. Very, very cool. So nice. Okay, so I'm gonna make a different appearance for this later. Right now, this is just exactly what I wanted to achieve. So let's go ahead and commit this. Okay, so let's see git status. Let's check out init because I don't want to keep that change. And let's add libgui. And we'll see what the diff is. Okay, so patch review. Changes to the process manager here. We just creating that tab widget and then adding the process, the original widget that was the whole window now goes in this processes tab. Then we create the placeholder label, which is then added as a second tab called placeholder. And of course, we set the main widget to tab widget in the window. Okay, so here's the tab widget. And tab widget is a derived from the, or it's not a derived class, but it's a copy paste of the stack widget. And it has a few different things. So let's see. So we have add widget, just appends to the tab vector with the title, and then adds the widget as a child. Of course, we fixed add child in C object already to update the parent pointer correctly. Okay, and gtab widget set active widget. We detect no ops, and then if we have an active widget, we set that to be invisible, then switch over the pointers, and then for the new widget, we compute the right relative rect for the for the inner widget. Maybe we should factor this out into a helper function actually. Let's see. Let's call it child widget or child rect. That would be this thing here. Child rect. Child rect. Const. Ooh. Okay. Oh, child rect. Let's call it child rect for size. Because the size comes from a few different places. So in this case, it'll be, I mean, we'll always do this now. And then we'll just pass that in. Child rect for size event size. And then up here, we just do child rect for size, my size. Okay. Cool. Okay, so then in the resize event, we don't care if we don't have an active widget. If we do, then we update the rect to the available space minus the tab bar up top. Okay. So now what do we have here? This is the child event, which is called, for instance, when a new child is added to you, and then you become a parent of a new child, then we get this event, child added. So what we do here is if we don't have an active widget, then the new child becomes the active widget. Otherwise, if we already have an active widget who is not this child, then we make this child invisible. And then here, if we get a child removed notification, if the active widget is being removed, then we go looking for a new widget to become the active widget, and then set that up here. So we call set active widget with a new widget. Okay. And then up here, or down here rather, we have the computing the bar rect, which is just used for the paint event, and somewhere else that I forget. Where the hell, where did we use that bar rect? Oh, right, for the invalidation. So we'll get there. Okay, so button rect. Compute the rect for every given button based on an index. And then here is the width of a given tab data, which is just the width of the text plus 16 for padding on both sides. And then in the mouse down event, we check through all of the different tab datas, and check if the mouse event is inside of that button rect. If so, then we set that widget to be the active widget. Okay. And then here in here's the class definition. So gtab widget inherits from gwidget. Has all the normal stuff. Bar height is 24. I think that looked pretty good. Although maybe we should double check that. But I think it looked good. But let's do a quick build. Let's make sure that everything is fresh. Maybe it's a bit tall, actually. Okay, it's a bit tall. Let's go into tab widget and say 20. Is that tall enough? I think that is tall enough. I don't know. How about an even 22? You gotta get all these things correct. Of course, this is just the first version, but I think this is the size I like for now. Okay, so let's keep it 22. Okay, so was there anything else to look at? It was just, okay, let's just go over this a little bit more here. So then we have add widget, which takes a string and a widget, class name overrides, so that we return the right thing in debug output, and then we have all the overrides, child vector size, blah, 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 and then tab data. So for every tab, you can ask for the rect, you can ask for the width, and then we just cache or store the title and the widget footer. This makes me a little bit uneasy, so I'm just going to fix that up so that at least it's like that. But other than that, I think this is pretty good. So I think we're going to commit this. Okay, so let's say LibGUI. Start working on a new G tab widget. That new tab widget container G tab. Yeah, cool. We don't need to say more. That's great. Will it push? It does push. And then let's see it one more time. Very, very cool. So I guess I should get to work on making something here instead of the placeholder. And of course, also continue working on the appearance of these, but I'll do that offline. Great, so I think this will be it for today's video. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching, and I thank you for coming back. And I hope you saw something interesting here, and do leave a like and a comment, and I will see you next time.